All right. Um, I need to start off by saying thank you, God. And I have to say thank you, God, regardless of how bad things are with me. I need to be thankful because I couldn't live one life worse than what I'm living right now and what I'm going to be living. It's the life of this bottom feeders, this low life, whose life, even though, they're not lacking comfort, they're not lacking, I think, financial need, like financial things. I'm sure it's not, they're not living in any kind of poverty or it's not, like I'm thankful because the level of self degradation that they live, the undignified life, is so disgusting. It's so deep. For me, I've been putting it in their faces all the time. Matter of fact, 2 seconds ago, something just happened where I saw this baby, adorable little girl. Stimulation, sensation, things that try to play my brain to get me to get some kind of reaction that's sexual stimulation. It's disgusting. But I don't identify with it. I know my brain is just being played with to make me have some kind of responses, one way or another. And then they try to make me accepting of it. It's just a lot of altering the mind and the rewiring the brain to get something, experience one way or another. They'll, like, for example, my brain now is just kind of, the way they just kind of rewire my brain, and you'll see like this little kid's little teeth, they're trying to create some stimulations and sensations and try to make me feel something that they want me to feel like I felt when I was a child to make me accept. It's just a lot of rewiring. Obviously, a lot of manipulating of my brain to get this experience. So you understand the purpose of them doing that is just to degrade me. But 2 seconds ago, prior to that, there's this perp who's just trying to like, I'll die, pedo. And it was so easy to shut her down. Because it's clear, first of all, that what they do is to break people down using this disgusting manipulation. It's the reality of what is happening to me and why it's happening to me cannot be, I'm not going to mystify it. The truth is, they need human beings as guinea pigs. We are just guinea pigs. We are just lab rabbits for this development of weapon systems. At least at this point, is used as a weapon system. Obviously, there can definitely be some good things coming out of this, but this is not for that. This is strictly for an offensive type of altering. At least when it comes to the cognitive aspect of things, the body, they destroy it, they then repair it, and they do things to me, then they fix it, then they, or at least you feel better. But after you felt bad, after your body is just reacting to something they did to you, then they fix it, and then they go like, usually literally used as a guinea pig psychologically with this tormenting tactics, and physically with what they're doing to your body and the way they're destroying your body and rotting your body. They're low lives. But the reality that what they do has been done to others is so flagrant and so like it's so obvious that it takes people with no self-respect, which is a lot, and they think that if they continuously play this game, they can shift reality to not be the reality of what it is. I've accepted reality for what it is. I know that this is the things I'm going to be forced to experience all the time to break me down. I understand the reality of what this is about. I know these governmental entities are running this program, even though this trash I try to present, this facade, this psyops as delusional as hell. This is just like clowns. I mean, they have no shame. These people have zero shame in how stupid things look when they try to present this false reality. They don't have that. I'm not saying the shame of just doing the bad things they do. No, the shame of like looking stupid, looking like a clown, because obviously this is what they're doing. Obviously that doesn't even make sense. How would I ever think that these next door neighbors with their weapons, like delusional, but they have no shame of how stupid these things looks to them. No, not even the shame of harm. Like, I'm not talking about how people have no shame to be able to torture people, men, women, or children. Not even that. This is disgusting. Is another thing. It's not just shame. That's just what kind of person you are. But when you look at yourself and you want to respect yourself, and you're willing to make yourself so stupid, that kind of shame, that And I'm the type of person who put that in their faces. I'm not somebody who just like, that's why it's provoking to them. That's why I know what I'm going to go through is going to even be worse. Because I'm the type of person who's like, oh, you're going to play a clown and you think I'm not going to put that in your face? What? You know when the people who like when you do something stupid, somebody put it in your face. I'm not that person, but when you do that stupid things to try to break somebody down, to annoy, I will be the first one to be. So every day I don't mind saying this. Every day I don't mind putting the reality and show how obvious it is. And every day they have to counter that, and they have to dumb themselves down even more. Some of them are not too far from how dumbed down they are, but some of them are really not. Are regular rational quote unquote people, but rationality comes in when they need to, and that's when you see them becoming clowns, and that's the magical part. Oh, the way they validate themselves is even more irrational, is even more stupid. I mean, there's people that try to make me accepting of this manipulation, that use random things to make me look at them in a way where they think that's going to make me believe or make me accepting of this manipulation. That has nothing to do with anything. I'm employed. A lot of the things they love to do, right? They try to show that, listen, hey, I've analyzed this database in this fashion, right? So that's when I'm manipulating you. In every shape and form, the way they're trying to make you accepting of that is embarrassing. It's like, do you understand how stupid you just made yourself be? So you would tell me because you're able to do this thing at this job here, you will not be involved in something that manipulates my brain. Do you understand? That's how bad it is. And I always do what you're gonna see this, what you're gonna see here. You know, this technology, these tactics come from people way smarter than anybody I've met. These entities are using some of the smartest human beings. The tactics are very well calculated. Way smarter than I'll ever be. Those are who worked on this for the purpose of weaponizing this technology. They learn how to they developed a weapon system that can rewire the brain, and they're using it as a weapon system because this is coming from the Department of Defense. That's what the Department of Defense do. They develop weapon systems. The tactics and everything is people who are architected these tactics in such matters. They're so systematic that you hear that everybody. So I know, like, oh wow, this is wow. So this Department of Defense entities that have been working on weaponizing technology since the decades and decades ago, with some of the smartest human beings, would not use this technology to weaponize the brain in these disgusting ways. Would weaponize the technology to weaponize these tactics to break you down. Like, I'm looking at these people, it's like, do you know these people who rewire the brain? They are the level of intellectuals. You cannot even. So you think that if I ever see this, let's just say somebody who worked on this technology, literally, actually, like the development in the engineering aspect of it. Just because this person is such a smart human being, I would not. This person is not involved in something that can do these things. That's exactly what he's supposed to do. I don't like the Perps. The way they create this facade, I think because they know that I'm a kind of person that do try to see the best out of people. I guess I'm an empath of some sort, but it doesn't apply to you. You're a clown to me. We talk about DARPA. They call it the brain of the Pentagon. The level of genius in these entities. I understand their job is to create weapon system. It makes sense that this is a way they will break people down. And they use the illusories of this trash they contract. Oh, that's the reason why I say thank you God, I'm not them. Oh gosh. They're like, oh, every time they do this manipulation, oh, the pain now. And I'm like, you damn retard. Because it's so validated they do the pedophilia type of torture. And I know they want to reconstruct reality, but reality has been too obvious. And I've been putting that in their faces all the time. And they come up with the fantasized reality, now you're going to die for a trash ass. You know, this technology, to be this developed today, is being applied onto children. So I know these people are not only manipulating the brain in this fashion, but they literally are involved in something that tortures children. And they still want me to, now you're going to die with that man. Fucking trash. How many mass shooting has been caused because this low life has been pushing people into insanity? How many women have been suffering because of this low life? How many children are being tortured using this technology that can attack your body and your mind in this energetic way? While using these retards to try to reconstruct and distort reality. I'll never let them live the fantasy. For me, I don't even look at. I don't even hate them truly. It's not real hate. I don't even look at them as real people. Like, it's just more of like a, just tools of some sort. They don't even mean anything to me. Tomorrow, if I'm not here, I will completely forget about this trash. The people who I remember. The people who are in the way where I truly hate, or close to that, is the people who put me in this program. That's a whole different story. They're the reason why I'm dying. They're the one who destroyed my life. That's it. Once you put in this program, you're done. You're done one way or another. You can prolong it. I don't want to demoralize anybody. Fight till the end. But for me, I understood that, okay, wow, all along, the person who was talking to me, tell me, oh, this is your last meal. Almost. It's gonna be 8 years ago, 9 years ago. He was actually telling me this thing. It's like, I just put you in something that you'll never come out of. You're done. And today I see this just losers of human beings that implement these tactics. So I don't even look at them as the reason why my life is destroyed. They're just the tools. They're just like the machinery. They put me in this machine, boom, that's it. This trash, they come in all shape and form. So they don't mean nothing to me in real sense. Whatever shape, I know who destroyed my life. I know I know the reality of this. I see you truly as, of course, you make me angry and disturb me and disgust me. But you're nothing. Like, in my dying day, even though they participated, they created a theatrical torture or whatever, I won't be like, oh, these people from my apartment, they're just the trash. I should be thinking that man who put me in this program. But with that being said, their job is to distort reality as they manipulate your brain, and my body is destroyed. That's nothing to speak about. It's just you feel it. There's no perception to it. My body is being destroyed. I can feel my organs slowly failing, and I know that this is looking bad, right? And I don't even try to prolong anything. I can go to a doctor, but I know doctors are compromised. I understand the reality of things. That's my time, then let it go that way. But in the meantime, one thing I don't want to leave this earth is with us putting the reality in their faces, and this can help others. Target individual. I hope that my videos, one of them, I know a lot of it's repetitive. It's because every day I want to make sure I put the reality in the perps' faces, and also make sure that maybe one of these videos can help somebody, and it also helps me vent. But my purpose is before my time comes, and this is why I have my mask. You don't even need to see my face. You don't even need to know who I am in regard of my name, my identity. But I will make sure that my story, what's happened to me, is at least I've tried to say something about it. I've told what happened to me. Because who I am, the truth doesn't matter in regard of that. The truth of who I am, like my true, like my identity, that doesn't matter. Because this happens to men, women, and children. I'm not here to try to be famous in regard of like, oh, no. I just refuse to, first of all, let this bottom feeders, this trash, partake in this fantasized reality where they think that I'm going to let them think that they are here avenging, protecting children, when the truth is they're nasty low life, manipulating my brain, and disgusting low life, distorting the reality that involves in something that tortures the most vulnerable. And women, I want to say thank you to all the testimonials, because testimonials help us identify reality. You are surrounded by individuals and a whole ecosystem of ways to distort reality. For me, what helps me is that some of these people partaking are some childlike, literally children. Which I'm like, oh gosh, a child telling you I have reality, and that's how they talk. You're like, okay, well, yeah. That kind of makes it clear. It kind of makes it easy for me to see things for what they are. It can be annoying, it can be agitating, and they try to agitate you, but it's like, actually, it does help. If anybody, a child, tries to come up, it's like, this is our reality. And they like to use children to kind of agitate things, disorient you, distort reality. And even adults become like children. And it's funny, the adults interacting with you via voice to skull, they love to gather these like menacing voices. Voice to skull is this technology that projects voices into your brain, right? And so it's like this voice to God technology that they've been talking about in the DoD, and they try to mystify themselves as they manipulate your brain. So they manipulate your brain in these disturbing ways, and then they start talking this like, they're gonna kill you, it's gonna be horrible, and this and that. Like, listen, as horrible as it is, just because you're talking this way, just because I'm gonna go through horrible things, I will never identify with these manipulations. You can make yourself sound whatever way you want. I'm gonna put reality in your fucking face. You are a clown, and I'm glad I never lived my life acting like doing the things you do. You have no mistake toward me. You're just trash working for these governmental entities that have the issues that you're trying to implant in my brain. I could have been a grown-ass man, be like, this is gonna be a horrible trash. Thank you, God. Do not mystify these low lives. They are bottom feeders. They're trash. Matter of fact, once you participate in this program, you minimize yourself. Now I'm the mystic being for just saying the most obvious things ever. They have mystified me by saying just the most basic things. I've now became just like prophet of some sort, because I'm just saying the most obvious things. Just saying anything that's based in reality. Oh, what a mystic I am. Some things are kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the things I said, and looking at how things are happening to some people partaking in this, I'm like, that's kind of okay, well. But I'm just saying the obvious. Super obvious too. It's not like, oh, just like incredibly obvious. Now today they tell me how they're gonna dare to frame me. I'm like, hey, listen to how obvious it is. You know how they're gonna frame me? Which is the most disgusting part. It's not like it's gonna be an adult saying something. They're gonna use their children and say that I did something to their children. They keep talking about this is child rape because they talk about how they're gonna frame me. Now, you know what's obvious? Is that it's obvious that a child that is being groomed to partake in framing people in this fashion will not be okay. Things will not end well with that person. Maybe not today, but will for sure. So they compromise their own children for whatever incentive they got out of this. They try to have this child like, yo, the hero, yeah, this and that. Like they'll compromise. You're trash now. They fucked you over. Excuse my language. They destroyed your life, or something's gonna come from this, from somebody who's already right in a way, like you said. for somebody who's dying away already. This trash, and I love to put that in their faces because it's they're obvious. Not because I care about these retards. I call them retards because like these children act like mentally ill. Like they don't. They minimize. Even children make themselves even more childlike. I don't care about these bottom feeders and their children. I just like the fact that you have mystified me by saying the most obvious things. It's like, oh, we're gonna watch you die. It's like, you see how you talk about what you're gonna watch me go through? You see how you talk about what I'm gonna go through? You're not speaking about anything's gonna happen to you. Because you don't know. But let me tell you, I know. It's not gonna be good. And they're like, oh, I'm scared. It's like, oh gosh, you can't even say Roy Moore. Look at the bravery. Oh, you say it in the special way. You see how easy things is. You see how easy it is to be a prophet, to kind of have an idea how things are going to go with you. But I will never let them live their fantasy. Target Vigil, do not identify with any of this manipulation. I will not let this low life live any of this. Never. This is the baby they're trying to this is like this happy little girl that they're forcing me to get sexual stimulation. Even her teeth, they're trying to create something. Let me just tell you how crazy they can distort reality. They've tried to use whatever they can to paint me in this persona where I'm going for these young people, these kids, and whatever. There's this TikTok thing that I saw during this state of my life when I was going through celibacy, right? So, and the way I was able to maintain celibacy is because I was literally not watching things that could make me think in a sexual way. There was this thing I saw, it was not on TikTok, but it was like a Snapchat, but it was based on some TikTok, and it was this like person who looked like a young adult. Dancing, doing, nothing too crazy. She actually wearing sweatpants. This person, right, they want me to imagine, because those young adults, sometimes it can go either way, right? From 17 to maybe 22, 23, it's like that can go either way, right? Sometimes, some people look older, some people, like, it's just, this line becomes a little blurry, right? I don't think until you maybe hit 26 that it's just like, okay, but these lines get a little blurry in regard like guessing, right? So that they can make me think anyways. So this TikToker, which it was not on TikTok, so I don't have TikTok, but this person looked like a young adult, right? Young adultish, and they're like, oh, but you thought she was pretty. So today, that's how stupid my brain is being altered. And you're going to see next how they can do that. Today, I see this young person. She's actually finding out because they tried to mess with me. She's like 23 years old, right? And I had to look it up because they're like, oh, she's at 17. She's a 23-year-old. She has like a whole like blog about her pets and things like that. They tried to make me think, oh, that's her. And so because that was like a few years back, that you see, that's her. The only thing they have in common is both white, black hair, and the eye colors maybe are somewhat similar. I was like, that's her. And obviously it's not her. I have no doubt it's not her. But they would try to do, okay, if you do the math, and like to create these ways of thinking. But she's about the same age of the same person I saw, or in this TikTok that there's all you think, and they try to make me think it's her. It's like, and some trash comment, that's her. You dumbass trash. And these people have no shame of how bullshit they can be. They have no shame. These people tell you they're gonna frame you, come up with this fucking fantasized thing. Yesterday, I made a video where I was like, these people have so little shame that there's this mass shooter who ended up killing people at the yoga gym. He is not a target individual. Listen, not all mass shooters are target individuals. There's a lot of target individuals who end up becoming mass shooting, or a few, but not all of them. There's people who truly are insane naturally. This man kept complaining about how he hates women and this and that. He hate that, all these weird things he just talking about. He ended up going to a yoga store, yoga gym, killed 2 women. Because they want me to be like, oh, this incel kind of person. It's like, yeah, you're just like him. He's a target. He's a mass shooter. Like, to start making him be a target individual. Act like this man has not. Like, one thing you'll see a mass shooter that comes to be a target, and that is a target individual. They have a lot of things in common. They start talking either about how people around them are treating weirdly, or acting weird, or saying things. They talk about how they're being followed and all this and that. They talk about how they think their brain are being manipulated or influences. They think that the government put chips in the brain. Like, this is the kind of same theme of things target individuals say, to let you know that they are most likely target individual. They don't talk about, oh, this woman ghosted me. They have no shame. These people have no shame to sound like clowns. They can look at you like, it could be like the color in front of you can be white. It's like, oh no, it's red. It's red. It is red. And they use their voice, it's red. It's red. And they try to use different tonality, and they use V2K. It's red. This color is red. It is red. That's how they talk. It's red. And you look at it, it's like, you clown. You have no shame. You think, oh my gosh, you're a retard. And they change tonality. It's red. These bottom feeders are low lives. See them for the bottom feeders that they are. The retards that they are. They have no shame. No shame about how they can look stupid. If they just change the tone of voices. It's red. Oh, he's so red. To create the story. It's clearly not the same person. But in my brain, because they can also this, it's so her. It's so her. Yeah, she's white, black hair, and blue eyes. That's her then. So her. Who else can it be? Retards. No shame. And try to use, no, but remember that time there I was right, so this is. Tell my target individuals stay strong and see this low life for what they are.